Well, good morning from Overland Expo West. I have lost my voice, so I'm doing the best I can. But yeah, here at Overland Expo West, came out here for a very specific reason, and that is to look at all the options for what our life could look like in the fall, living on the road more full time. As much as we love our Gladiators, they're severely lacking in interior living space, especially for two of us with three Frenchies. I just don't think I don't think the Gladiator is going to be a suitable full-time travel rig with interior space to allow me to to work and edit and all those sort of things. Spend time indoors, out of the weather, those type of normal things that you need when you're living on the road. So I don't plan on getting rid of Sully. So I'm not planning on that. But we do need something for full-time travel. And so that's why I'm here. So I'm going to take you around with me, look at all the different options, and kind of talk you through my process. No decisions have been made yet. Kara's not with me. She and her daughter are traveling in Europe for a kind of a graduation trip for the two of them. So I'm here checking this out. So got to run everything by Kara and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, let's go take a look. Well, I figure since they're right behind me, I would start with the most extravagant option available, and that is the Earth Roamer. I mean, if you've got close to $1 million to spend on a rig, this is the ultimate in full-size off-grid living. So let's go take a look. And I think this is their smaller one. But yeah, this is basically a New York City apartment on wheels. The fit and finish on these things is just unmatched, as is the price. I mean, you could live very comfortably in a rig this big. Look at this fridge. It's going to be bigger than my home fridge. Holy cow. So as nice as those are, I don't have Earth Roamer money. And even if I did, I don't know that I would go that route. Don't discount how capable those rigs are for going off-road. Yes, they're massive, and so they're limited by size, but capabilities, they're pretty incredible. Here's an option. I'm not familiar with this one. They don't have the stairs down, so I can't see. Oh, I love the big giant opening. That is awesome. Like, that's a cool feature, just to let all the outside come inside. That's cool. It looks very, what's the word I'm looking for? Clinical, sterile. All the white, kind of looks like a mobile medical unit kind of thing. Oh, and it is for sale. All right, well, here's the Wander Box. I haven't looked at this one yet either. Oh, look, you can reserve yours now. Hurry before the price increase. Is this impacted by tariffs? Is it imported from China? Well, they are comfortable and affordable, starting at $300,000. Dang, this is massive inside. Like, you've got like a whole little apartment walkway and everything. You have a hall. I love the steps up to the bed. That's cool. Storage galore. Holy cow. This is huge. This is bigger than the Earth Roamer.
Is there a way you can make them to where they're more convertible in the back?
Full shower?
Like in here, you wouldn't be able to fit them unless you're
Holy cow.
this way.
Okay, well, just being completely honest, those super extravagant builds are not what we're looking for. Just not in our price range, not in our not realistic for us. They're fun, they're cool, but let's go check out some more realistic options. Well, from what I've found, there's two options for full-size truck living. You got what we've seen, the extravagant stuff where it's a full custom build, the full replacements on the back, just full custom builds like that. Or you've got you buy a full-size truck and you put a topper on the back of various sizes and bed lengths and that sort of stuff. And this is the Hudson Bay from OEV. This is actually a friend of mine's. Let's see if I can take a look. Like this is a realistic, more practical option. They're still not cheap, but when you're talking living in a vehicle full time, there's just some things that you got to take into consideration. The inside of the OEVs are real nice. Big seating, lots of storage, friendly mascots. Hey, baby. Hey, sweet girl. Big full kitchen area. How you loving this?
Oh, I absolutely love this. This
You've had this for a year now, right?
I've had it for a year.
And you just love it?
Absolutely. There's, we obviously are
big storage,
tweaking little things, but overall, great build quality, and I've been in cold climates and warm climates. The air conditioner really helps with that.
I bet it does.
And
this is fully electric.
Yes.
for popping up and down.
Yes.
It's not manual.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my favorite feature. Come into the camp, hit the button, and 2 seconds later, and jump in the bed, and you're ready to go.
That's nice. All right, here's a couple of other options on how to do this. Full-size truck with a slide-in camper where you retain the whole bed, and just a typical slide-in camper. This is the 4-Wheel Campers Orvis. They're great setups. So we can take a peek inside. So with these, you obviously have to accommodate the wheel wells, and so you lose some interior space with this. So it's a little tighter in here when you just do the slide-in option. But you still get great space. You get the kitchen, sink, hot water, bench and a table to be able to sit and relax and work. Plenty size fridge, big bed. It's definitely an option. And the other option is a flatbed tray. So you replace the bed with a flatbed, and it really opens up the space inside because you're not having to deal with the wheel wells. This is 4-Wheel Camper's new Hawk Plus. And this has a lot of space. So big bench seating. That would be awesome. Lots of storage. Full kitchen. Nice sized bed, and this actually pulls out so you can have a massive king size bed. And one thing I love is all the storage they put under the bed. Like that could be your closet. Just store all your clothes in there. Such a great idea. Little storage cubbies everywhere. Even down here for shoes and kind of dirty stuff. Storage under here. And with this pop-up style, it just keeps the center of gravity a little bit lower. Yes, there's obviously a little bit of setup time because you get somewhere and you got to pop the top. But yeah, you just get a lower profile. So, everything has its pros and cons. You gotta just figure out and weigh what works best for you. And I just love this flatbed Hawk Plus setup. This is a real possibility I like this one a lot. And I love the fact that they have made this cubby accessible for both inside and outside. So this is the compartment under the seat in there, which I think is great. Love the little slide out drawer in the tray for recovery gear. Yeah, it's a sweet setup. Now, another option is the Project M, which is just it's basically kind of like the Hawk, but it just sits on top of the bed. So this is kind of what you would do for a custom build out. So inside here, you then can, let your imagination soar and build out whatever you want to. They do include kind of the benches. There's no padding, but you got places to sit in here. You could build out cabinets underneath, but this would be very much a DIY, kind of minimalist kind of setup. So if you've got, maybe some woodworking and some fabrication skills, just starting out with a shell like this would, it'd be kind of a cool option. I am surprised at how much space. This just feels like a lot of space. Put some cushions here, put a table here, kind of in between these two. I think you might be able to make it work. Same basic bed, slides out. No storage underneath this one. But, on a budget and with some DIY skills, Project M's got a lot of room in here. It's pretty cool. And this is another slide-in option. A little more traditional in that it's not a pop-up, from Bundutech. Oh, wow. I like the layout of this. Nice little kitchen. Just a perfect little space to sit and slide out table. That's nice. But yeah, you can sit here and eat dinner, get some work done, do some editing. Big bed. Good grief, that's enormous. I like this. This is real nice. Lots of storage in here. Good size fridge. Huh. Hadn't seen this one yet. Trim a heater. Okay, for a slide in, this has lots of room in it. All right, it's been a favorite of ours for a while, is the Ross Monster. I think the Ross Monster really bridges the gap between the extravagant earth roamers and storytellers and the, $500,000 and up, big giant, fully built out rigs to, honestly, kind of a more reasonable solution that's smaller, because these are based on the F350 chassis, not the bigger 550 chassis. So it's a smaller profile, but it is a pop-up as well, but it's a hard-sided pop-up, and you gain a lot of space. You get a lower profile, lower center of gravity. Let's go inside. But inside the Ross Monster, it's not as huge as an earth roamer, but it's very, very livable space. You got this big U-shaped seating area here, really comfortable. Could get a lot of work done here. You got the full sink, hot water, heater, even a microwave, air conditioner, nice size fridge, 2-burner stove. This one has a full interior shower and wet bath. So toilet, shower, all inside, which would be nice. Good size, comfortable bed. Lots of storage up top. That's really nice to have. Storage underneath all the seating. But I mean, this is a lot of space in here, and with the pop-up, I mean, plenty of headroom. Even when I'm standing here on the slightly raised floor space, the seating area. I mean, this is just good usable space, and it's not overly big. I mean, it's. I like the Ross Monster a lot. The Baja is a cool solution. And Ross Monster does have their Baja Plus, which is based on the 5500 chassis, but still not as big as the Earth Roamers. That pop-up roof really makes a difference with lower center of gravity, you know, just being able to fit through a drive-through. It makes a difference. Well, I was saying hi to my friends at the Asphere booth and came across some friends of theirs at a company called Apollo Power, and they make a solar panel that I have never seen before. This is so lightweight and flexible. This is a 150 watt panel, and this is two of them rolled up together, but that is unreal. So that's 300 watts of solar in my hand. That is wild. So fairly new company. I think they're also from Israel. This is not a Chinese product. This is all made by them. But this panel is I think you said 150 watt panel? Yeah, 150 watt panel. And it's this guy right here. This is so lightweight and so small. That is crazy. So yeah, check these guys out. Apollo Power for solar panels. That's impressive. All right, well, this is another company that I just found called Outfitter Manufacturing, and they do slide-ins. This is their full size, and they're a very unique design. Very spacious in here. Tons of storage, full kitchen. I love these countertops. Big seating area. Massive bed. Love the little storage compartments. It's a pop-up. They do something unique with their pop-up. They have a manual option. I think this is their electric option. But tons of storage in here. Full wet bath. Big storage compartments. Yeah, this is nice. This is real nice. Now their design is one that kind of overhangs the back just a little bit, and it really opens up the storage in it. Like, that's a lot of storage on there. It doesn't feel like it's a slide-in because it's got a whole lot of interior space. Honestly, the one that impressed me the most when I saw this is this one. I went inside this and swore that I was on a Tundra. But this is on a Tacoma. That's crazy. This is a Tacoma bed. I think it is their 6-foot bed. But massive bed up here because the top does overhang the cab. Pretty much the entire length of the cab is covered up by this topper. But massive amount of room in here. I can't believe this is on a Tacoma. I mean, something like this I don't think they make this for a Gladiator because they don't have this long of a bed. But this is a lot of space on a mid-sized truck. That's bizarre. Quite impressive. And they've even got the little overhead storage here on each side. Just an incredible use of space with this one. Very impressed. All right, well, this has nothing to do with full-size rigs, but I just want to show these guys off. I met these guys last year at Expo West, and for a year now have been carrying this as my daily pocket knife, and friggin' love this thing. It's got, I think, ball bearings in here, and so it's got the push button. You can flip it open, but this company makes an incredible knife. And I may or may not have picked up this knife as a new knife. This thing is so insanely lightweight. It's just blew me away. Opens so fast. Push button, you can flip it like mine. So yeah, I'm excited to be carrying this one around for a little bit. Well, if you saw my More Expo video, Extrusion Overland was showing off the first pass at their new tent topper with fabric and stuff. This is their second pass, just trying to perfect the design, a little tighter design, still working on the fabric, but it's coming along. It's coming along really well. But I'm excited to see what that's going to actually look like when they get it finalized, because they don't do anything poorly. I think it's going to be awesome. Let's see. Here's another one. It's another full-size truck option that's kind of the, Earth Roamer style from Adrenaline Industries. They use the, what is this thing? 5500 chassis. Yeah, 5500 chassis, liquid spring suspension. Big open windows. I love that. Tons of space in here. I mean, look at this. Just a ton of space. Massive bed. Yeah, this is livable. Very livable. I love that skylight over the bed. One thing that I've noticed when you get into these bigger rigs, I mean, aside from the price, you get into more, I don't know if it's military style chassis, but basically running military style tires that are not, I mean, they're rated for 65 miles an hour on the highway, which isn't quite as ideal. You're not going to be able to find this kind of tires just at, be able to go order them at any tire shops. So I think for our purposes, we definitely want to stick with the smaller chassis, the 3500s, the 2500s, depending on which way we go. So definitely something to consider if you're looking at living on the road full time and what type of vehicle you're looking for. Yeah, that's a good example of what I'm talking about. It's just so big. That's an F600. Holy crap. I saw a video from this truck house guys before the expo, and they actually took this one up Hell's Gate in Moab, which is crazy impressive. But they're using the 5500 chassis. But this is nice. Wow. So many closets, so much storage. This does have pass-through into the rig, so that's nice. If it's really, really bad weather, you don't have to get out into the rain and stuff to get in. That's handy. But this is beautiful. Lots of overhead storage. I like this layout. I like this design a lot. I do like the way it looks on a two-door. Just such a great wheelbase. I think for our purposes, we're definitely going to want a four-door though, because I will do, no matter what we do, I will do a full seat delete in the back and just have tons of storage back here, plenty of space for the dogs. So as much as I love the wheelbase and capability of a two-door, it just doesn't have as much space as I think we would want living on the road full time. Okay, this is the first time I've seen the Alucab mod cap on the new Bowen flatbed. This is an interesting design. Holy cow. Yeah. Well, we saw the mod cap at Moore and really loved how big the family tent is, which is what this is. I mean, that is so much space. I mean, this is a huge bed. These panels flip up, giving you all the headroom. I like the little table. All the battery power down there. Huh. Okay. Well, the Alucab mod cap with the family tent is definitely something that we've considered. The interior, like the Project M, would be very DIY. Or, I mean, there's a lot of companies that make interior stuff for them, but you still don't have the seating like you do in a a camper topper. So that's the only downside. But you can get creative with it and make it whatever you want to. I'm just not sure we want to go down that DIY road. Even though companies like Goose Gear, SHW make systems for them. I don't know, but I do like this on the flatbed tray. That's different. Man, this just gives so much extra storage. Holy cow. That's incredible. This is the way to travel around an expo. It's awesome. Well, I'm excited to announce that the Intrepid camp chair that I've been using in my rooftop tent for almost a year now is finally available. This is the finished product. Definitely some improvements over the prototype that I have. But this is the best accessory you can have in your rooftop tent. It just gives you a place to lean back, have a chair. It has been the best thing that I've had in my tent. And it's blowing away. But I am so glad that these are finally released. So go to Intrepid's website, place your orders, make them sell out super fast, because those are incredible. Well, of all of the full-size, massive rigs here, the Storyteller Epic is probably the most bonkers. I gotta take a look inside this. All right, let's check out the inside.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. So you're in the Storyteller Epic.
Yes.
This is an RVA certified loaned and insurable unit. $800,000. Its competitors $2 million.
Oh yeah.
Take a couple years to make and generate. It'll drive 2. It'll sleep 4 because this will turn into a bed as well. But you don't have seatbelts back here. So pass through. Say it's snowing outside or
yeah, I like that.
Hot, just roll through. You never have to expose to the outside. Kenworth chassis. Funny enough, it shares the same engine as the Hilt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Similar to Cummins turbo diesel.
I didn't realize that. So much storage.
Yeah. And you got storage on the outside that goes under the bed.
Yeah,
So
that's nice. Man, basically a full-size shower.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
And cassette-style toilets and no black water tank.
Sweet. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so this is the coolest thing ever. This awning is made out of the Apollo solar panel material. The whole awning is a solar panel. How many watts is that?
So this one has, you see, each of the stripes are 120. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So what, 740 watts of solar in the awning. That is an incredible idea. I mean, that's a sweet awning for a full-size rig.
Used to be a regular awning, but we just changed the fabric into
Yeah.
solar.
That's impressive. That is so cool.
It comes in
What a
different
great
sizes.
idea. All right, this would probably be the least expensive and fastest way to do a full-size build, with just a tent topper, like the guys here at Explore Elevated have. We have their tent topper for the Gladiator, and it's incredible. But I was definitely interested in checking out the full-size version. The inside would obviously be a DIY project, but you get the topper and the tent, and boom. I mean, you at least have your, sleeping platform and place to stand up and, set up a chair and a table for doing some work and some living. But this would be a super fast and easy way to get going. The downside is it's very much a DIY project, and you have to move the bed out of the way to really be able to use this space for sitting and living and that sort of stuff. But the most economical way for sure. All right, well, I think I've covered just about everything, or at least all the different possibilities. So I'm curious what you think of the different options. I think for us, the two directions that I'm leaning are the four-wheel camper with a flatbed tray, because you just get so much extra interior space with that, on a Ram 2500, Ram 3500 style truck, or the Ross Monster. I think those are my top two choices. So we'll have to get home and figure it out which one's going to work the best for us, and financially too, because that's neither one of them are just light investments, as if they're investments at all. Expenditures, there we go. But I know that's Pete and Carol's Epic Family Road Trips Ross Monster there, so we know they've loved it. But we've got friends with the four-wheel camper on a flatbed, and they love it. So I think those are our top two choices. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Expo West has been fantastic this year. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas and opinions. Sorry for the awkward voice during this whole video, but if you made it this far, thank you very much. If you would like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're not, check out the Patreon link in the description. If you want to consider supporting our upcoming full-time life on the road, we would definitely appreciate that. Get access to special content, special events that we hold, and all of our GPS data from all of the trips that we're going to be doing and that we have been doing. And for all of our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. I'll see you next time. Bye.